Hello, friends. Good day to you. Welcome to your MLB Daily Recap. The Houston Astros stormed back to claim a 9-7 victory over the Los Angeles Angels yesterday in a slugfest at Minute Maid Park. A.J. Bluebaugh earns the win with 2 scoreless innings and a pair of strikeouts, while Brian King slams the door for the save, fanning 2 2/3 of an inning. Drew Pomeranz takes the loss for the Halos, surrendering 3 earned runs in just 1 frame. Isaac Paredes paced the Houston attack, going 2 for 5 with 2 runs batted in, swinging that lumber like a man possessed. Christian Walker and Christian Vasquez each drove in 2 as well, delivering clutch knocks when the Astros needed them most. For the Angels, Zach Neto launched a home run, finishing with 2 ribbies, while Jorge Soler drove in 3 despite managing just 1 hit in 5 trips. When both bullpens got torched, Houston simply had more firepower left in the chamber. The Mariners steamrolled Cleveland yesterday 8-0 in a masterful pitching display at the ballpark in Seattle. Emerson Hancock was simply magnificent on that mound, spinning 6 shutout innings while fanning 9 guardian batters. The young right-hander had that fastball humming and his breaking ball dancing like a firefly in June. Cooper Criswell slammed the door with 3 more scoreless frames and 5 punch-outs to earn the save. Brendan Donovan supplied the thunder, going 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. That ball he hit in the 4th inning is still traveling somewhere over Puget Sound. Randy Arozarena joined the party, collecting 2 hits and driving in a pair himself. Poor Slade Ciccone took the loss for Cleveland, surrendering 6 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings. The Guardians managed just 3 scattered hits all evening long. Sometimes, folks, you just tip your cap. Seattle was absolutely unhittable from first pitch to last. The Orioles clawed past the Minnesota Twins yesterday, 8-6 in a wild one at Camden Yards, that saw Twins manager Derek Shelton given the heave-ho by home plate umpire Chris Siegel. Tyler O'Neill was the hero for Baltimore, smashing a 3-run homer that proved the difference. Pete Alonso and Kobe Mayo each collected 2 hits apiece, keeping the pressure on Minnesota all afternoon. The Twins had their moments, folks. Tristan Gray drove in 3 runs on 2 hits, and Trevor Larnach went a perfect 2 for 2 with a ribby. But it simply was not enough. Rico Garcia grabbed the victory in relief. Young Mick Abel absorbed the loss for Minnesota, surrendering 5 earned runs over 3 1/3 innings. Ryan Helsley slammed the door with a scoreless 9th for the save. Sometimes the best team does not win, but yesterday in Baltimore, the team that wanted it most certainly did. The Texas Rangers stormed into Philadelphia yesterday and hammered the Phillies 8-3, sending the home faithful into the exits early. Mackenzie Gore spun 5 1/3 magnificent innings, surrendering just 2 earned runs while fanning 7 Phillies batters to collect the victory. The young southpaw had his curveball dancing like a firefly in June. Andrew McCutchen turned back the clock at the plate, going 2 for 4 with a towering home run and 3 runs batted in. That man still swings the lumber like he's got something to prove. Brandon Nimmo joined the long ball parade with his own round tripper, finishing 2 for 4 with a pair of ribbies. Jesus Luzardo absorbed the loss for Philadelphia, lasting 6 innings but surrendering 6 earned runs while striking out 7 in a hard-luck outing. The Rangers brought their bats, their arms, and their swagger to Citizens Bank Park, and the Phillies simply had no answer for any of it. The Royals throttled the Atlanta Braves yesterday 4-1 behind a masterful performance from Seth Lugo. The veteran right-hander scattered hits over 6 1/3 innings of shutout ball, striking out 3 and keeping Atlanta's bats guessing all afternoon. Young Carter Jensen provided the thunder, launching a 2-run homer that gave Kansas City all the cushion they'd need. Grant Holmes absorbed the loss for Atlanta, surrendering 3 earned runs across 5 innings. Drake Baldwin's solo shot accounted for the Braves' only tally, but it proved far too little against that stingy Kansas City pitching staff. The Royals take this one convincingly. The Blue Jays throttled the Athletics yesterday 5-2 behind a masterful pitching performance at the Rogers Center. Eric Lauer was simply magnificent on the mound, striking out 9 batters over 5 1/3 innings to earn the victory. That fastball was dancing like nobody's business, friends. George Springer provided the Thunder with a solo blast that sailed into the left field seats. Vintage Springer, turning on an inside pitch with those quick wrists. Luis Morales absorbed the loss for Oakland, surrendering 5 earned runs before departing in the 5th. The Blue Jays bullpen slammed the door shut the rest of the way. The Cincinnati Reds squeaked past the Boston Red Sox yesterday 3-2 in a tight ball game at the Great American Ballpark. Brock Burke earned the victory with 1 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, while Greg Weissert took the hard luck loss, surrendering 2 earned runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Eugenio Suarez proved the difference maker for Cincinnati, launching a home run and driving in all 3 Reds' runs on the afternoon. Emilio Pagan slammed the door with a scoreless 9th to secure the save. A well-pitched affair that came down to one big swing from Suarez. The Pittsburgh Pirates clawed past the New York Mets yesterday, 4-3, in a real nail-biter at Citi Field. Dennis Santana picked up the victory with a scoreless inning of relief, while Richard Lovelady absorbed the loss, surrendering that decisive run in the 10th. Brandon Lowe was the difference maker for Pittsburgh, going 2 for 3 with a solo home run and an RBI that proved mighty valuable when the final out was recorded. The Pirates' bullpen was simply magnificent, parading 6 relievers to the mound and keeping those Metropolitan bats quiet when it mattered most. A gutsy road win for the Buccos. Owen Casey crushed a walk-off blast to right center, and the Miami Marlins conquered the Colorado Rockies yesterday, 4-3. That 9th inning lightning bolt from Casey plated Javier Sanoja and sent the Miami faithful home delirious. Michael Peterson earns the victory in relief with a scoreless frame. The Milwaukee Brewers stormed back yesterday, 9-7 over Chicago, but not before Colson Montgomery launched a grand slam to center, plating 4 runs for the White Sox. Jake Woodford earned the victory in relief, while Trevor Megill slammed the door for the save. A wild one at the ballpark. The Rays stormed into St. Louis yesterday and hammered the Cardinals 11-7. Yandy Diaz was the whole show, folks. 5 hits and 6 trips to the plate, driving in 4 runs. Steven Matz scattered 4 earned over 5 innings to collect the victory. The Washington Nationals toppled the Chicago Cubs yesterday, 6-3 at Wrigley Field. Joey Weimer was the story, going 3 for 3 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Jake Irvin earned the victory, working 5 innings and fanning 7 Cubs batters. Now let's take a peek at the leaderboards from the 2026 regular season. Friends, young Sal Stewart of Cincinnati is leading the hit parade with a scorching 700 batting average. The kid is absolutely on fire. Cleveland's Chase DeLauter is pacing the circuit with 4 round trippers, while Yandy Diaz is collecting safeties like nobody's business with 9 hits. And now the men on the mound in the 2026 regular season. Dylan Cease is absolutely dealing for Toronto, racking up a dozen punch-outs already. Meanwhile, Andrew Abbott is spotless in Cincinnati with that goose egg earned run average. And David Bednar is slamming the door in the Bronx with 2 saves for the Yankees. And a quick look at the standings, friends. Over in the American League East, Toronto and New York are deadlocked at 3-0. What a pennant race brewing already. Miami's running away with the Senior Circuit East, sitting pretty at 3-0. And those Brewers, perfect through 3 in the Central, looking mighty sharp. Until tomorrow. And remember, a little effort today is tomorrow's highlight reel. Good day, everybody.